Life is an unpredictable journey, filled with challenges, uncertainties, and moments of opportunity. No matter who we are or where we come from, we all face setbacks, difficult choices, and circumstances beyond our control. However, what truly defines our success, happiness, and fulfillment is not what happens to us, but how we respond to it. For centuries, some of the greatest minds in history have turned to Stoic philosophy as a guide for navigating life's hardships with wisdom and inner strength. Stoicism, a school of thought founded in ancient Greece and later refined in Rome, teaches us how to master our emotions, develop resilience, and find peace even in the face of adversity. Figures like Marcus Aurelius, the philosopher king of Rome, Seneca, the influential statesman, and Epictetus, the former slave-turned-philosopher, applied these principles to their own lives, proving that anyone, regardless of status or background, can cultivate a powerful mindset. In today's fast-paced world, filled with distractions, stress, and constant change, Stoic wisdom is more relevant than ever. By integrating these principles into our daily routines, we can train ourselves to remain calm under pressure, make better decisions, and focus on what truly matters. In this video, we'll explore 11 transformative Stoic strategies that will help you level up in life. These principles will not only strengthen your resilience but also enhance your ability to handle setbacks, maintain emotional balance, and cultivate a sense of purpose. Let's dive into these powerful Stoic lessons and discover how they can empower you to take control of your life, no matter what challenges come your way. Number 1. Practice mindfulness and presence. One of the core teachings of Stoicism is the importance of focusing on the present moment. The past is unchangeable, and the future is uncertain, so why waste energy worrying about what you cannot control? By cultivating mindfulness and presence, you free yourself from unnecessary anxiety, make clearer decisions, and fully appreciate life as it unfolds. Marcus Aurelius, the Roman emperor and Stoic philosopher, often reminded himself to live in the here and now. In Meditations, he wrote, "Confine yourself to the present." This mindset allowed him to govern an empire without being overwhelmed by regrets about past mistakes or fears of an uncertain future. How to apply this in daily life? Start your day with mindfulness meditation. Spend 5 to 10 minutes focusing on your breath, observing your thoughts without judgment. This helps set a calm and focused tone for the day. Practice single tasking. Instead of juggling multiple tasks at once, give your full attention to one activity at a time, whether it's working, eating, or having a conversation. Use Stoic journaling. At the end of the day, reflect on your experiences. Write down moments when you were fully present and moments when your mind wandered. This builds self-awareness. Adopt the last time mindset. Seneca advised living each moment as if it were your last. The next time you drink coffee, hug a loved one, or watch a sunset, imagine it's the last time you'll experience it. This enhances gratitude and presence. By training yourself to live in the present, you reduce stress, improve focus, and find deeper appreciation in everyday life, just as the Stoics did. Number 2. Keep a Stoic journal. Journaling is one of the most effective tools for personal growth, self-reflection, and mental clarity. The Stoics, especially Marcus Aurelius, relied on writing as a way to reinforce their principles, process emotions, and align their actions with reason and virtue. His personal reflections, now known as meditations, were never meant for an audience but served as a private exercise to improve himself daily. By keeping a Stoic journal, you create a structured way to examine your thoughts, recognize patterns in your behavior, and cultivate a more disciplined and resilient mindset. Writing things down forces you to slow down, think deeply, and gain control over your emotions, something that is at the heart of Stoic philosophy. Why keep a Stoic journal? Gain clarity and self-awareness. Writing helps you analyze your thoughts and emotions, allowing you to recognize irrational fears, destructive habits, or misplaced priorities. Develop emotional resilience. By reflecting on challenges and your reactions, you learn to separate what is within your control from what is beyond it, reducing unnecessary suffering. Track personal growth. Journaling helps you identify patterns over time, showing where you are improving and where you need more discipline. Align actions with values. A Stoic journal serves as a moral compass, reminding you to act with wisdom, courage, justice, and self-discipline. How to apply this in daily life? To make Stoic journaling a consistent habit, you can structure it in different ways. 1. Morning reflection. Prepare for the day. Start your day with intentional thoughts. Ask yourself, what challenges might I face today? How can I respond to difficulties with wisdom and patience? What virtues, courage, temperance, justice, wisdom, will I focus on today? Memo example entry, morning. Today, I expect to face criticism at work. Instead of reacting defensively, I will remind myself that only my response is within my control. Criticism is an opportunity to learn, not a personal attack. Evening review. Reflect on the day. Before going to bed, analyze how you handled the day's events. Write about, what did I do well today? Where did I struggle, and how can I improve? Did I live according to my values, or did I let emotions control me? Memo example entry, evening. I lost my patience with a coworker today. I let frustration get the better of me instead of responding with calm and reason. Tomorrow, I will pause before reacting and remind myself that external events do not dictate my emotions. Tracking emotional reactions. Whenever you feel overwhelmed by anger, anxiety, or frustration, write about it. Ask yourself, was this within my control? How could I have responded differently? What would a Stoic like Marcus Aurelius or Seneca advise me to do? 4. Writing as if you're advising a friend. Sometimes, detaching yourself from emotions is difficult. A great technique is to write as if you're giving advice to someone else in your situation. This forces you to take a rational, objective perspective. Memo example entry, self-advising. Imagine a friend came to me feeling anxious about an upcoming exam. What would I tell them? I'd remind them that anxiety won't change the result, only preparation will. Worrying about the outcome is pointless, effort and discipline are what matter. Examples from Marcus Aurelius' journals. Marcus Aurelius frequently reminded himself to stay focused on his own mind and actions rather than external events. Open book, you have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. Open book, do not waste what remains of your life in speculating about your neighbors, unless with a view to some mutual benefit. By keeping a Stoic journal, you create a mental training ground where you refine your thoughts, emotions, and actions, much like Marcus Aurelius did centuries ago. Over time, this practice will help you develop a more resilient, disciplined, and peaceful mindset, ready to handle life's challenges with Stoic wisdom. Number 3. Embrace adversity as opportunity. The Stoics believe that obstacles are not barriers but pathways to growth. Instead of viewing hardship as something to be avoided, they saw it as a chance to strengthen their character and develop resilience. The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way, wrote Marcus Aurelius in Meditations. This means that every difficulty you encounter contains a hidden lesson, if you have the mindset to see it. Many of history's greatest individuals turned setbacks into stepping stones. Thomas Edison, after thousands of failed attempts at creating the light bulb, famously said, "I have not failed. I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work." Nelson Mandela spent 27 years in prison but used that time to deepen his understanding of leadership and reconciliation. Instead of allowing adversity to crush them, they used it to become stronger. How to apply this in daily life? Reframe challenges as learning experiences. Whenever you face a setback, ask yourself, what can I learn from this? How can this make me stronger? What virtues, patience, courage, discipline, can I practice in this moment? Example, you didn't get the job you applied for. Instead of feeling defeated, reframe it as an opportunity to improve your skills, refine your approach, and find an even better position. Develop an anti-fragile mindset. The Stoics believed in becoming anti-fragile, not just enduring adversity but thriving because of it. Just like muscles grow stronger after being broken down in the gym, your mind strengthens when tested. Example: if you're facing financial difficulties, instead of panicking, use it as a chance to build financial discipline, explore new skills, and adapt to change. Accept what you can't control and focus on what you can. You can't control external events, but you can control your response. This shift in perspective is liberating. Example: if bad weather ruins your travel plans, instead of complaining, use the extra time to read, reflect, or work on a personal project. Keep a "what's good about this" list. Train your mind to find opportunities in setbacks. Keep a journal where you write down unexpected benefits from difficult situations. Over time, you'll naturally begin to see challenges as gifts in disguise. Example: lost a job. Opportunity to pursue a career change. Relationship ended, chance to focus on self-growth and clarity. Injured in sports, time to develop other skills or reflect on life goals. Example from Stoic philosophy. Epictetus, a former slave turned philosopher, taught that suffering comes not from events themselves but from how we interpret them. He said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." By embracing adversity as an opportunity, you transform obstacles into tools for growth. Every hardship, every failure, and every setback can either break you or build you. Stoicism teaches you to choose the latter. Number 4. Practice minimalism. Stoicism teaches that true happiness doesn't come from material wealth or external achievements but from inner peace and self-mastery. The more we accumulate, possessions, obligations, and distractions, the more we risk losing sight of what truly matters. Seneca warned against the dangers of excess. It is not the man who has too little, but the man who craves more, who is poor. Practicing minimalism in both material and mental aspects of life helps cultivate clarity, discipline, and contentment. By removing the unnecessary, you create space for what truly enriches your life: wisdom, virtue, and meaningful connections. How to apply Stoic minimalism in daily life. Declutter your physical space. The things you own should serve a purpose or bring you joy. If they don't, let them go. A cluttered environment often leads to a cluttered mind. Example: go through your possessions and ask yourself, do I truly need this? If not, donate, sell, or discard it. Start with clothes you haven't worn in over a year. Items you keep just in case, but never use. Gadgets or decorations that add no real value. Simplify your daily routine. Many of us overload our schedules with unnecessary tasks, commitments, and distractions. Simplifying your routine allows you to focus on what matters. Example: reduce screen time, limit social media and unnecessary browsing. Plan your day around a few high-impact tasks rather than a long to-do list. Establish a simple morning and evening routine to start and end your day with purpose. Let go of emotional baggage. Just as physical clutter can weigh us down, so can grudges, anxieties, and regrets. Stoicism teaches us to accept what we cannot change and move forward with grace and wisdom. Example: if you constantly dwell on past mistakes, remind yourself of Epictetus's wisdom. Don't demand that things happen as you wish, but wish that they happen as they do, and your life will be serene. Reduce attachment to material possessions. The Stoics practiced voluntary discomfort to remind themselves that luxury and excess are not necessary for happiness. Seneca would sometimes sleep on the floor or eat simple meals to prove to himself that he could live with less. Example challenge: spend a weekend without social media or streaming services. Eat only simple, inexpensive meals for a day. Avoid buying anything non-essential for a week or month. Focus on what truly matters. Material success is fleeting, but wisdom, virtue, and relationships are lasting. Instead of chasing possessions, invest in personal growth, meaningful experiences, and strong connections. Example: rather than buying a new gadget, spend time reading a life-changing book or deepening friendships. Final thought. Minimalism isn't about deprivation, it's about freedom. The less you depend on external things for happiness, the more unshakable you become. By embracing a simpler life, you gain clarity, peace, and the ability to focus on what truly matters, just as the Stoics intended. Number 5. Strengthen your body and mind. The Stoics believed that a strong mind and a strong body go hand in hand. True resilience comes from discipline, endurance, and self-mastery, qualities that are cultivated through both physical and mental training. Epictetus emphasized this idea. Difficulties show a person's character. So, when trouble comes, think of yourself as a wrestler whom God has matched with a tough opponent. Why? So that you may become a champion. Just as a warrior trains for battle, we must prepare ourselves for life's challenges by building physical strength, mental clarity, and emotional resilience. How to apply this in daily life? 1. Train your body like a Stoic. The Stoics believed that physical hardship builds mental toughness. Marcus Aurelius himself engaged in military training and endurance exercises to develop both physical and mental resilience. Example actions. Engage in regular strength training or bodyweight exercises, push-ups, squats, running. Take cold showers to practice voluntary discomfort. Walk instead of drive whenever possible to build endurance. Occasionally fast or eat simple meals to strengthen self-discipline. Seneca's wisdom on physical hardship. Set aside now and then a number of days during which you will be content with the scantiest and cheapest fare, with coarse and rough dress, saying to yourself, "Is this the condition that I feared?" Train your mind with mental discipline. Physical strength is meaningless without mental resilience. The Stoics believed in daily mental exercises to sharpen the mind and cultivate discipline. Example actions. Practice journaling, reflect on challenges and lessons learned. Meditate daily, focus on deep breathing and mindfulness. Read philosophy, study Stoic texts for wisdom and guidance. Limit distractions, reduce social media, unnecessary entertainment, and time-wasting activities. Marcus Aurelius on mental strength. You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. Cultivate emotional resilience. Life is unpredictable, and emotional resilience is crucial to navigating its ups and downs. The Stoics practiced negative visualization, imagining worst-case scenarios, to prepare for hardships in advance. Example actions. Each morning, ask yourself, what difficulties might I face today? When facing stress, remind yourself, this too shall pass. Accept what you cannot control, and focus only on your actions. Epictetus on controlling emotions. It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. Prioritize healthy living. A disciplined body and mind require proper nutrition and rest. The Stoics believed in moderation, avoiding excess while ensuring the body received what it needed. Example actions. Eat nutritious, simple meals, avoid overeating and processed foods. Get enough sleep, a well-rested mind is sharper and more focused. Stay hydrated, drink enough water to maintain physical and mental energy. Seneca's advice on moderation. No person has the power to have everything they want, but it is in their power not to want what they don't have. Final thought. A Stoic warrior is physically strong, mentally sharp, and emotionally unshakable. By training your body, disciplining your mind, and mastering your emotions, you prepare yourself for any challenge life throws your way. Start today, pick one habit from this list, whether it's daily exercise, journaling, or practicing moderation, and commit to it for the next week. Over time, these small steps will transform you into a modern Stoic warrior. Number 6. Cultivate gratitude. Gratitude is a cornerstone of Stoic philosophy. Seneca, Marcus Aurelius, and Epictetus all emphasize the importance of appreciating what we have, rather than longing for what we don't. By practicing gratitude daily, we shift our mindset from scarcity to abundance, fostering contentment and inner peace. Seneca's advice on moderation. No person has the power to have everything they want, but it is in their power not to want what they don't have. Final thought. A Stoic warrior is physically strong, mentally sharp, and emotionally unshakable. By training your body, disciplining your mind, and mastering your emotions, you prepare yourself for any challenge life throws your way. Start today, pick one habit from this list, whether it's daily exercise, journaling, or practicing moderation, and commit to it for the next week. Over time, these small steps will transform you into a modern Stoic warrior. Number 6. Cultivate gratitude. Gratitude is a cornerstone of Stoic philosophy. Seneca, Marcus Aurelius, and Epictetus all emphasize the importance of appreciating what we have, rather than longing for what we don't. By practicing gratitude daily, we shift our mindset from scarcity to abundance, fostering contentment and inner peace. Express gratitude to others. We often take people for granted, our family, friends, colleagues, and even strangers who help us in small ways. The Stoics remind us to acknowledge and appreciate them. Example action. Send a quick message or call someone just to say, "I appreciate you." Write a thank you note to a mentor or friend. When someone helps you, instead of just saying, "Thanks," tell them why you're grateful. Epictetus on recognizing others. He who receives a benefit with gratitude repays the first installment on his debt. Shift perspective. Imagine life without what you have. A powerful Stoic exercise is negative visualization, imagining losing what you take for granted. This practice makes you appreciate things more. Example action. Imagine waking up tomorrow with less, without a loved one, without your job, without good health. Appreciate the present moment, knowing that nothing is guaranteed. Use discomfort to increase gratitude. Try going without a luxury, coffee, social media, a warm bed, for a day, then reflect on how fortunate you are. Seneca on preparing for loss. Enjoy present pleasures in such a way as not to injure future ones. 4. Find gratitude even in challenges. The Stoics believe that even hardships should be met with gratitude because they make us stronger. Example action. When facing a problem, ask, "What lesson is this teaching me?" See setbacks as stepping stones to personal growth. Thank life for challenges, they force you to adapt, grow, and become more resilient. Marcus Aurelius on embracing hardships. A blazing fire makes flame and brightness out of everything thrown into it. Final thought. Gratitude is a choice, one that Stoics actively practice to cultivate inner peace, resilience, and joy. Instead of chasing external validation, recognize the richness already in your life. Start today, tonight, before you sleep, write down 3 things you're grateful for. Do this daily, and over time, you'll notice a profound shift in your mindset, one that leads to greater happiness and fulfillment. Number 7. Set boundaries and say no. In today's fast-paced world, it's easy to be pulled in a million different directions: work demands, social obligations, family responsibilities, and countless distractions. The Stoics, however, understood the power of prioritizing their time and energy. They recognized that to live a meaningful life, we must protect our attention and set clear boundaries. Seneca on setting boundaries. A man who is a slave to his passions, his desires, and his fears is a man who is at the mercy of those around him. To live freely, he must learn to say no. The Stoics taught that our time is precious, and we must guard it fiercely. By saying no to things that do not align with our values, we protect our peace and direct our energy toward what truly matters. How to apply the Stoic principle of boundaries. Prioritize your core values and goals. To set effective boundaries, you must first be clear about your values and priorities. Knowing what you truly care about will make it easier to say no to distractions. Example action. Identify your top 3 priorities in life, whether that's personal growth, family, health, or career. When a new opportunity or request arises, ask yourself, does this align with my core values and goals? If the answer is no, politely decline without guilt. Marcus Aurelius on focus. When you arise in the morning, think of what a privilege it is to be alive, to think, to enjoy, to love. Say no to distractions and toxic relationships. Distractions and negative influences can easily pull us off course. Stoicism teaches us that by setting firm boundaries, we protect our focus and mental well-being. Example action. Limit social media usage by setting specific times or using apps to block distractions. Avoid engaging in toxic relationships, whether they're friends, family, or colleagues who drain your energy or prevent your growth. Practice the art of saying no to commitments that don't align with your objectives, even if it feels uncomfortable at first. Epictetus on toxicity. If you want to improve, be content to be thought foolish and stupid. Set boundaries for personal space and time. To maintain peace of mind, it's essential to protect your personal time. The Stoics recognize the importance of solitude and reflection for inner growth. Example action. Schedule alone time regularly for meditation, reading, or pursuing a hobby. Don't feel obligated to attend every social event. Instead, spend time with people who nurture your growth. Set work-life boundaries. Stop answering emails or work calls after certain hours to protect your rest and relaxation. Seneca on solitude. We suffer more often in imagination than in reality. Practice saying no with grace and confidence. Saying no doesn't mean being rude or dismissive. The Stoics were firm but respectful in their choices. It's about preserving your energy, focus, and well-being while still treating others with dignity. Example action. Practice saying no politely but firmly. You can say, I appreciate the offer, but I'm unable to commit to this right now. Set clear limits in advance. If you know you can't commit to something, make it known early to avoid feeling overwhelmed later. Don't apologize for your boundaries. Recognize that protecting your peace is a necessary act of self-care. Marcus Aurelius on self-control. When you are troubled by the opinions of others, remember that they are not in control of your life. You are. Avoid overcommitment and exhaustion. Overloading yourself with tasks and obligations leads to burnout and diminished quality in everything you do. Stoicism teaches us to value quality over quantity and focus on what's truly important. Example action. Learn to delegate tasks where possible. Don't try to do everything yourself. Keep your schedule manageable by leaving room for rest, reflection, and self-care. Practice the 80-20 rule. Identify the 20% of your activities that yield 80% of your results and focus on those. Epictetus on simplicity. It's not the things themselves that disturb us, but our opinions about them. Final thought. Setting boundaries is an act of self-respect and personal growth. By protecting your time, energy, and peace of mind, you can focus on what truly matters, your goals, relationships, and well-being. The Stoics remind us that our attention is our most precious resource, and it's up to us to defend it fiercely. Start today. Identify one area where you can set a boundary, social media, work, relationships, or personal time, and practice saying no this week. You'll protect your peace, strengthen your focus, and be able to live a life more aligned with your values. Number 8. Practice empathy and kindness. At the heart of Stoic philosophy is the belief in the interconnectedness of all humanity. Stoics like Marcus Aurelius and Epictetus taught that our individual actions have a ripple effect, impacting not just ourselves but everyone around us. Empathy and kindness are essential for living in harmony with others and fostering a community based on mutual respect and care. Marcus Aurelius on humanity. What is not good for the beehive cannot be good for the bee. Stoics understood that by cultivating empathy and kindness toward others, we not only contribute to their well-being but also enrich our own lives. By recognizing the shared struggles of all people, we build stronger relationships and create a sense of belonging that transcends the individual. How to apply Stoic empathy and kindness in daily life. Practice active listening. Empathy begins with understanding others' feelings and perspectives. Active listening is a powerful way to show that you value and respect someone. Example action. When someone is speaking to you, give them your full attention. Avoid interrupting or formulating your response while they are talking. Reflect back what they've said to show you understand. For example, it sounds like you're feeling really overwhelmed with work right now. How can I help? Epictetus on listening. We have 2 ears and 1 mouth, so that we can listen twice as much as we speak. Show kindness to strangers. Stoicism teaches us to treat everyone with kindness, regardless of their social status, background, or relationship to us. Small acts of kindness can have a profound impact on others' lives. Example action. Hold the door open for someone, smile at a stranger, or offer assistance when you see someone struggling. Compliment someone on their efforts, not just their achievements. This encourages them to keep growing. Acknowledge people's humanity by simply asking how they are and listening without judgment. Seneca on kindness. Wherever there is a human being, there is an opportunity for a kindness. Practice compassion during difficult times. Everyone goes through challenges and struggles. Empathy means recognizing their pain and offering support without judgment. The Stoics believed in offering help not because it elevates us but because it's our natural duty as humans to help one another. Example action. When someone is going through a hard time, instead of offering unsolicited advice, just be there, offer a kind word or a listening ear. Volunteer your time or resources to causes that support those in need, whether it's a friend, community, or a global cause. Marcus Aurelius on compassion. When you wake up in the morning, tell yourself, the people I deal with today will be meddling, ungrateful, arrogant, deceitful, envious, and quarrelsome. However, don't be angry with them. See that they are acting according to their nature and offer kindness in return. Refrain from judgment and cultivate understanding. Empathy means accepting others where they are, without rushing to judge their actions or motivations. Stoics teach us that judging others harshly is a source of unnecessary emotional turmoil, and often, we misunderstand the motivations behind others' actions. Example action. Before reacting to someone's behavior, take a step back and try to understand their perspective. Ask yourself, what might they be going through? Avoid labeling people with negative traits based on a single action or behavior. Volunteer your time or resources to causes that support those in need, whether it's a friend, community, or a global cause. Marcus Aurelius on compassion. When you wake up in the morning, tell yourself, the people I deal with today will be meddling, ungrateful, arrogant, deceitful, envious, and quarrelsome. However, don't be angry with them. See that they are acting according to their nature and offer kindness in return. Refrain from judgment and cultivate understanding. Empathy means accepting others where they are, without rushing to judge their actions or motivations. Stoics teach us that judging others harshly is a source of unnecessary emotional turmoil, and often, we misunderstand the motivations behind others' actions. Example action. Before reacting to someone's behavior, take a step back and try to understand their perspective. Ask yourself, what might they be going through? Avoid labeling people with negative traits based on a single action or behavior. Seneca on generosity. It is not the lack of resources that keeps people from helping others, but the lack of will. Final thought. Empathy and kindness are not just moral actions, they are a reflection of the Stoic belief in the unity of humanity. By offering compassion and understanding, we create a sense of connection and belonging that strengthens not only our relationships but also our personal growth. The Stoics taught that acting in accordance with nature means recognizing that we are all part of a larger whole, and by showing kindness, we contribute to the greater good of society. Start today. Practice one act of kindness today, whether it's a compliment, a helping hand, or simply listening to someone's story. Over time, these small acts can make a big difference, not only in others' lives but in your own as well. Number 9. Reflect daily. Stoicism teaches us the importance of self-awareness and continuous growth. One of the most powerful practices to cultivate both is daily reflection. By setting aside time at the end of each day to reflect on your actions, emotions, and mindset, you create a feedback loop that promotes personal development and resilience. Marcus Aurelius on reflection. Take a moment each day to examine yourself, to see whether you have done something in accordance with your principles or not. Reflection allows us to take a step back and evaluate the impact of our decisions, the quality of our actions, and the alignment of our behavior with our core values. This process helps us learn from our successes and setbacks, fostering growth and a deeper understanding of ourselves. How to apply daily reflection in your life. Set time for daily reflection. Make it a habit to dedicate a specific time at the end of the day for reflection. This could be in the evening before bed, after dinner, or during a quiet moment before turning in for the night. Find a time when you're undistracted, and allow yourself to be fully present during the reflection. Example action. Set a timer for 10 to 15 minutes where you sit in silence and reflect on your day. Use this time to think about your experiences and the lessons they offer. Consider writing your reflections in a journal, which will help you organize your thoughts and track your progress over time. 2. Ask key questions for self-reflection. To make your reflection meaningful, ask yourself insightful questions that can guide your introspection. The questions should prompt you to evaluate both your successes and challenges. Example questions. What did I do well today? How did my actions align with my values? What can I learn from today's mistakes or setbacks? Did I handle my emotions effectively? What could I have done differently to improve? How did I contribute to the well-being of others today? Seneca on reflection. When the soul has been bruised, it needs time to heal. Reflect on your day, and give it the space to grow. Learn from mistakes and setbacks. Stoics see setbacks and mistakes as opportunities for learning. Instead of being critical of yourself for not meeting expectations, use your reflection time to identify what went wrong and how you can do better in the future. This mindset shift allows you to approach difficulties with a growth-oriented perspective rather than frustration. Example action. If you felt impatient or angry with someone during the day, think about what triggered those emotions. Instead of judging yourself, ask questions like, what caused me to react this way? Or what could I have done to respond more calmly? Use the next day as an opportunity to practice different responses in similar situations. Recognize and celebrate small wins. Stoic reflection isn't just about identifying areas for improvement, it's also about acknowledging what you did well. Recognizing and celebrating small victories helps reinforce positive habits and motivates you to continue striving for personal excellence. Example action. If you successfully kept calm in a stressful situation, take note of how you managed your emotions. Celebrate moments where you showed kindness, made progress toward a goal, or acted in accordance with your values. Recognizing your progress, no matter how small, builds confidence and encourages further growth. Marcus Aurelius on recognizing growth. The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts. Track progress over time. As you practice daily reflection, you'll start to see patterns in your behavior, thoughts, and reactions. This allows you to track your growth over time. Reflection provides insights into your personal evolution, which is a powerful motivator to stay on the path of self-improvement. Example action. Keep a reflection journal where you record insights from each day's reflection. Periodically review past entries to assess your progress and identify recurring themes or challenges. Celebrate your improvements and adjust your strategies where necessary. Epictetus on progress. No man is free who is not master of himself. Cultivate a positive mindset. Through daily reflection, Stoics also encourage us to train our minds to focus on what we can control and embrace a positive perspective. Reflection helps us reframe negative experiences, turning them into opportunities for learning and growth. Example action. If you faced a difficult situation during the day, instead of focusing solely on the negative aspects, ask yourself, what lessons can I learn from this? Cultivate gratitude for the things that went well and for the lessons learned from challenges. This practice shifts your mindset from a problem-focused approach to one that's centered on solutions and growth. Seneca on reframing challenges. Difficulties strengthen the mind, as labor does the body. Final thought. Daily reflection is a powerful Stoic practice that brings clarity, self-awareness, and continual growth. By setting aside time to reflect on your actions, decisions, and mindset, you can learn from each experience, embrace progress, and stay true to your core values. Over time, this practice fosters greater emotional resilience, a clearer sense of purpose, and a more fulfilling life. Start today, make reflection a daily habit. Dedicate just 10 to 15 minutes tonight to think back on your day and apply the Stoic principles of learning and growth. This simple practice can transform your mindset and set you on the path to continuous improvement. Number 10. Visualize your ideal self. One of the most powerful tools in Stoic philosophy is visualization. By envisioning your ideal self, you create a mental image of the person you want to become, someone who is wise, courageous, resilient, and true to their values. This vision can serve as a guide, helping you take the necessary actions to move closer to that version of yourself each day. Marcus Aurelius on visualization. The mind is everything, what you think you become. Visualizing your best self is not just about imagining a perfect future. It's about aligning your present actions with the principles that will help you grow into the person you desire to be. The Stoics taught that self-discipline, purpose, and constant reflection are essential for shaping the best version of ourselves. Visualization acts as a constant reminder of that potential. How to apply visualization in your life. Create a clear vision of your ideal self. Begin by defining who you want to become. This should go beyond superficial traits and focus on your core attributes. Ask yourself, what values does this ideal version of myself embody? What strengths do I want to develop? How would I behave in difficult situations? The more vivid and detailed your vision, the clearer the path will become. Example action. Spend time thinking about the qualities you admire in others or in yourself. Visualize someone who demonstrates wisdom, courage, patience, or resilience in the face of adversity. Imagine how you would respond in a challenging situation. What would your best self do? What thoughts would guide you? Focus on key Stoic virtues. Stoicism is centered around the four key virtues: wisdom, courage, justice, and temperance. When visualizing your ideal self, ask yourself how you can incorporate these virtues into your daily life. For example, if you visualize yourself as wise, think about how you can make better decisions or reflect on situations more deeply. Example action. Visualize yourself facing a difficult decision with wisdom and calm, weighing the pros and cons with a clear mind. See yourself demonstrating courage when taking bold steps in the face of uncertainty or fear. Picture yourself acting justly in interactions with others, treating everyone with fairness and empathy. Imagine yourself exercising temperance, avoiding indulgence, and choosing moderation in your habits. Make the vision real through action. Visualization alone is not enough, it must be backed by consistent action. The Stoics believe that it is through daily efforts that we become who we envision. By taking small, deliberate steps each day, you start embodying your ideal self. Visualization acts as motivation, helping you push through challenges and stay aligned with your vision. Example action. After visualizing your ideal self, ask yourself, what small action can I take today to become that person? If you've visualized yourself as someone who handles stress with grace, the next time you feel overwhelmed, pause and take a deep breath to calm your mind. If you've envisioned yourself as someone who practices justice, look for an opportunity to be fair and considerate in your interactions with others. 4. Use visualization to stay focused during challenges. One of the most useful aspects of visualization is that it can help you stay grounded and focused during difficult times. When facing obstacles, recall your ideal self and how that person would handle the situation. This can give you the strength and clarity needed to make decisions that align with your values, even in the face of adversity. Example action. When faced with a difficult challenge, take a moment to pause and visualize how your ideal self would approach the situation. Imagine yourself using wisdom to navigate the challenge or courage to move forward despite fear or uncertainty. Let this image remind you that challenges are opportunities to embody the qualities you aspire to and grow into the person you envision. 5. Review and adjust your vision regularly. Your ideal self may evolve over time as you grow and learn. Stoicism emphasizes the importance of self-reflection and the willingness to adapt. Regularly revisit your vision to ensure that it still resonates with your current goals, values, and life circumstances. This keeps you on track and ensures that you're always working toward the most authentic version of yourself. Small blue diamond example action. Set aside time at the beginning of each month to revisit your vision of your ideal self. Reflect on any changes in your priorities or values, and adjust your vision accordingly. If you've grown in certain areas, recognize your progress and see where you can continue to develop. Epictetus on growth and change. Wealth consists not in having great possessions, but in having few wants. 6. Visualize the process, not just the outcome. While it's important to visualize your ideal self, don't just focus on the end result. Stoicism teaches that the process is just as important as the outcome. Instead of solely picturing a future version of yourself, imagine the steps you need to take to get there. This helps you stay committed to the journey and fosters patience and resilience along the way. Example action. Instead of just visualizing your ideal self after achieving a big goal, also visualize the small steps you will take daily, how you will prioritize your time, overcome challenges, and practice discipline. Break down your goals into actionable tasks and focus on making consistent progress, trusting that the result will follow. Seneca on the process. It is not that we have a short time to live, but that we waste a lot of it. Final thought. Visualization is a powerful Stoic tool for aligning your actions with your highest potential. By consistently visualizing your ideal self, you cultivate the motivation, clarity, and resilience needed to grow into the person you want to become. Remember, the path to becoming your best self is not about perfection, it's about daily effort, small actions, and continuous reflection on who you wish to be. Let your ideal self inspire and guide you each day, helping you transform challenges into opportunities for growth. Start today. Take a few moments today to visualize your ideal self, someone who embodies wisdom, courage, and resilience. Let that vision be the spark that drives you to take action toward becoming that person every day. Number 11. Accept what you cannot control. A fundamental teaching of Stoic philosophy is the concept of the dichotomy of control, the idea that there are things within our control and things outside our control. Stoics emphasize focusing on what you can control, your thoughts, actions, and attitudes, and letting go of the rest. By embracing this mindset, you can reduce stress, cultivate inner peace, and empower yourself to live a life true to your values. Epictetus on control. We cannot choose our external circumstances, but we can always choose how we respond to them. One of the key principles in Stoicism is that life's external events are beyond our control, but our reactions to them are completely within our power. By focusing on our thoughts and actions, we can remain steadfast in the face of adversity, regardless of what happens around us. How to apply the dichotomy of control in your life. Recognize what you can and cannot control. The first step is to identify what's within your control and what's not. This requires self-awareness and a clear understanding of your power in each situation. Recognizing the things you cannot control, such as the behavior of others, the outcome of certain events, or global circumstances, is key to freeing yourself from unnecessary anxiety. Example action. Before reacting to a stressful situation, pause and ask yourself, can I control this? If the answer is no, then release the need to control it. For instance, if someone is rude to you, recognize that you cannot control their behavior, but you can control your response, whether you choose to remain calm or react with understanding. Focus on your reactions, not external events. While you cannot always control external events, you can control how you respond to them. Stoicism teaches us that the key to inner peace is in our reactions. Practice cultivating a calm mind by shifting your focus from external circumstances to your internal responses. Small blue diamond example action. When things don't go as planned, instead of becoming frustrated or upset, remind yourself that it's how you respond that matters. If you lose a job or face a difficult situation, focus on what you can do next, rather than dwelling on the situation itself. Ask yourself, what can I control in this moment to move forward? 3. Let go of worrying about outcomes. Often, we find ourselves stressing about outcomes that are entirely out of our control. Success, failure, and the actions of others are unpredictable. By releasing the need for a specific outcome, you shift your energy from worry to action, knowing that the results will follow as they may, without your interference. Small blue diamond example action. When pursuing a goal, focus on the effort you put into it, rather than fixating on the outcome. For example, if you are working on a project, focus on doing your best rather than obsessing over whether it will be successful or not. Trust that if you've given your best, the outcome is what it's meant to be. Embrace change as part of life. One thing that's always beyond our control is change. Life is constantly evolving, and our circumstances often shift unexpectedly. Instead of resisting change, practice accepting it as a natural part of life. The Stoics believe that change is inevitable, and embracing it allows you to remain flexible and adaptable. Example action. When faced with a change, whether it's a new job, a move, or a shift in personal relationships, remind yourself that change is a part of the human experience. Rather than fearing the unknown, shift your focus to what you can do in this new situation to adapt and grow. Release the need for approval from others. It's easy to become attached to the opinions of others, but Stoicism teaches us that external validation is outside our control. Instead of seeking approval or worrying about what others think, focus on being true to yourself and living according to your own values. Small blue diamond example action. If someone criticizes you or your actions, remind yourself that their opinion is their responsibility, not yours. Shift your focus inward, ask yourself whether your actions align with your values, not whether others approve. This shift in perspective allows you to remain authentic and free from the weight of external judgment. Practice acceptance. Acceptance is not about giving up or being passive. It's about acknowledging reality as it is and working within it. When you accept things as they are, without resistance or judgment, you free yourself from the stress of trying to control the uncontrollable. Example action. In moments of difficulty, remind yourself that acceptance is the first step toward action. For instance, if you're stuck in traffic, rather than getting frustrated, practice accepting that the situation is out of your hands. Use that time to listen to an audiobook, reflect, or simply relax your mind. If someone treats you unfairly, instead of ruminating on the injustice, accept that you cannot control their actions, but you can control your response and how you choose to move forward. Reframe your perspective. When faced with challenging circumstances, reframing your perspective can help you see the situation from a Stoic lens. Rather than focusing on what is missing or what is wrong, consider how the situation can be used for growth or how it may present new opportunities. This shift in mindset is one of the most empowering tools in Stoic practice. Example action. If you face failure or a setback, instead of feeling defeated, ask yourself, what can I learn from this? How can this make me stronger? Shift your thinking to focus on how you can grow from the situation, which helps you regain a sense of control, even when external circumstances are beyond your influence. Seneca on acceptance. It is not the man who has too little, but the man who craves more, that is poor. Final thought. Accepting what you cannot control is a cornerstone of Stoic wisdom. By shifting your focus to what you can control, your thoughts, actions, and attitudes, you free yourself from unnecessary anxiety, frustration, and stress. This mindset empowers you to take purposeful action in the present, while letting go of the constant battle with things beyond your power. Embrace this Stoic principle, and you'll find that you can live a more peaceful, resilient, and purpose-driven life. Start today. Take a moment to identify something in your life that's causing you stress because it's beyond your control. Let it go and refocus on what you can control in the situation, your mindset, your actions, and your response. By incorporating these 11 Stoic strategies into your life, you can level up, overcome challenges, and cultivate lasting fulfillment. Stoicism isn't just a philosophy, it's a practical guide to living a meaningful and resilient life. Each of these principles provides a framework to help you navigate obstacles, strengthen your character, and achieve inner peace. Remember, it's about progress, not perfection. Start small, focus on one strategy at a time, and stay consistent. The power of Stoicism lies in its simplicity and its ability to bring about transformative change when practiced daily. As you begin applying these Stoic principles, watch as your mindset shifts, your reactions become calmer, and your life transforms for the better. Embrace the Stoic way of life, and let it guide you toward personal growth, strength, and peace of mind. Thank you for watching. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more content on personal growth, Stoicism, and living a fulfilled life. Keep learning, keep growing, and remember, you have the power to shape your own destiny.